Stronger With You Absolutely versus the new Stronger With You Parfum. Now, Absolutely is a great version of the Stronger With You lineup because it takes the original DNA and adds a really nice boozy, sweet, almost syrupy-like rum note in the opening, and it feels a bit more grown up and a little bit more mature than the original Stronger With You and also the Intensely version. It really works well as a date night or an evening wear fragrance in my opinion, and it has a perfect amount of sweetness mixed with lavender and chestnuts. So it feels like a kind of warming, wintry fragrance, and I think this works really well on a date night because of that rum note and because of the vanilla, because of the chestnuts. It almost has this gourmand feel to it, so it smells almost a little bit edible, and that's why I think it's really good for a date night because it's quite cozy and it's warming. But in terms of the whole Stronger With You lineup, this is a more grown up or mature version, even though it still has some nice sweetness as well. It does feel like a more expensive and luxurious Stronger With You. This is the Absolutely version. Now, this new Parfum version, which has been recently released, there's another new release coming out, or it's already out, called Sandalwood, which is part of the UAE or Dubai exclusive version. So you've got this one, Parfum, and also Sandalwood being released at a similar time. I don't know how much Stronger With You we need. I think we're going to be approaching on 9 or 10 bottles, and I don't think you need more than 2. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. So this new Parfum version is quite a welcome release actually, because it does do something different than the other fragrances, which is good. It's not just, it doesn't feel like it's just a cash grab. It does seem like it does something else, although it is probably still a cash grab, let's be honest. But it does feel like it's doing something that the other Stronger With You fragrances don't do. This is much more grown up, much more mature, focuses more on the woody base notes, the resinous quality, the woodiness. The chestnut is there, it's definitely nutty, but it's not sweet. So whereas the Absolutely, it just smells really sweet because of the extra vanilla, because of the rum note. The chestnut feels like it's a sweet note, but in here it's much more, I don't want to say savoury, but it's much more mature and much more grown up. So this one is really suited for any age category. This one feels much more, I would say, safe because it's not as sweet and boozy as Absolutely. Both of these have really good performance actually. I would say the Parfum has slightly better performance, but for me, they perform really well for designer fragrances, and I have no complaints with the performance. So how many Stronger With You fragrances do you need? I don't recommend buying more than 2. I would say getting the Absolutely and Intensely is a good way to go, or I would say get Absolutely and the tobacco version, which is a fantastic version and maybe the best Stronger With You fragrance. I know a lot of people love the original as well, but you certainly don't need to be buying all of them. I think you are getting only slight differences between them, that you don't need to own all of them. So which one should you buy out of Absolutely and Parfum? Absolutely if you're looking for that sweet, syrupy, boozy date night fragrance or going out in the evening and you love the extra sweetness. Parfum if you want something a bit more reserved, something that still has good performance but focuses much more on the drier woods, the more mature fragrance smell. That is when you should wear, that is when I would recommend Parfum. Let me know your thoughts.